Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Pete. I'm a videographer for Major League Baseball, but today I'm going to go over the best sites to find jobs in the sports industry. Just to preface this video, I want to say that obviously I make videography-based videos, particularly in the sports industry. I make tutorials and a lot of cinematic vlogs revolving around that topic. But this video is for everyone. It's for a college grad coming out of school with an accounting degree, someone with a communications degree coming out of school, someone who's in high school. This isn't for just a creative job. This is for all jobs in sports, because schools, professional sports franchises are businesses, and it takes everyone to run them. Accountants, janitors, groundskeepers, concession stand people, marketing people. It takes a team of everyone to successfully run a sports team. So let's get into it. So if you're watching this video, I'm sure you want to work in sports, you like sports to a degree, you have a favorite team, and I'm going to go over the pros and cons first of working in the industry. And to me, honestly, there's a lot more pros than cons, so take that with a grain of salt. First off the bat, I'm just going to be straight up. Working for a team in sports, in my opinion, is way more interesting than working for like a firm or something corporate. Sports are corporate to a certain degree, especially in the professional world. But to me, like, if you're introducing yourself, I do accounting for the Boston Bruins, or I do accounting for the Chicago Bears, is more interesting than saying I do accounting for XYZ company, which focuses on mortgages or something. Like, it's just more interesting to me. Now, that's not being said, like, if you're not into sports, this doesn't matter, but you are if you're watching this video. So that would be the first reason. I just think you have a passion for who you're working for. It's not just some bland company that you kind of are just dredging through. You have a purpose, and you support that team. You go into a professional environment every day with kind of like this one goal, this one camaraderie around this team on the field or on the court. So I guess that's kind of a unique aspect to working in sports, and it's definitely a big positive. So another reason that working in sports is fun, and a lot of people don't really think about this, it's a very young industry. It's dominated by people 20 to 35, and that's an underrated aspect. If you're just coming out of college, you want to surround yourself with young people in a new place. You'll make friends fast because it's all your peers, you know? At like XYZ accounting, you're going to be working with a lot of older people. Maybe your bosses or your boss's boss will be 65 years old, 60 years old. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but working with a lot of young people is a very big positive in the sports industry. And the third reason I'd say working in sports is fun and unique is there's a passionate fan base behind all your work. No matter what you're doing, if you're selling concessions, if you are an usher, if you are on the marketing team trying to create a brand or a brand message strategy for the team this season, there's that group of passionate fans that you can kind of find justification in your work for. And seeing all the fans interact and seeing the fans elated at the game when your team scores a goal or a touchdown or wins a game at the last second, that's a good feeling, I'd say, that you were kind of part of that. I'd say the final reason that working in sports is super fun is that it's generally fun. You get a lot of cool experiences from working in sports. At DC United, all the employees got tickets. At Georgia, that was part of the package too. It varies from team to team, but you get to go to games, you get to go to certain events, you get to meet athletes. It's fun. That's not the main reason, I'd say. If you're working in sports just to get courtside seats, don't do it, because it is a job. You still are going to have to maintain a professional way of doing things, of course. That should go without saying. But you do get a lot of cool experiences. Now, cons. There's not many to me, as I said before, but working in sports does come with its negative externalities. One being that hours don't really exist. Most times sports happen on weekends. A lot of the time sports happens on weekends. So you're going to find yourself working wild hours, whether it's late into the night and 2 a.m., or whether it's on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon if you work for a football team. Those are just some trade-offs that you're gonna have to make. And like I said, it's a fun experience usually if you're working at a game or something like that. So it's kind of an easy trade-off to make, if that makes sense, at least to me. And another part that people don't often think about is you do miss being a fan sometimes. If you are working on a Sunday afternoon for the Detroit Lions or the LA Rams, you're gonna have to be tuned in and working that whole time. You can't go drink beer at your friend's house on a Sunday afternoon and just watch football. Everyone loves doing that. I like doing that, but it's a trade-off I'm willing to make because it's a fun professional experience going to a game or getting to shoot a game or whatever it be you do for this team or college. Those are my pros and cons, and let's get into what you've been waiting for, the best places to find these jobs in sports. So the best places to find jobs online, my number one, this is where I got my internship with DC United. I've gotten interviews here with baseball teams. It's Teamwork Online. Teamwork Online is free and it posts jobs all the time. There's no paywall. Now, right now it is a little slow because of obviously COVID and the entire world still burning. But you can see on this site, there's jobs from groundskeepers to accountants to janitors, concessions. There's all types of teams. There's minor league baseball teams, there's D2 basketball teams, there's venues. Like say AT&T Stadium posts a job. That would be like you're working every event at AT&T Stadium, whether that be Cowboys games or Monster Jam, whatever it be. You see really everything on there. I've used this site to get interviews all the time. There's also a lot of rejections I've gotten off this site, but maybe that's just me. You will be different, I promise. But Teamwork Online is always the first place I go to when I'm looking for jobs in sports. And it's easy. You can just type in whatever keywords you want. I always type in video and I scroll through what I see because that is what field I'm in. Overall, Teamwork Online, the place to be. Now, other two free sites or free places to go look at jobs, of course, apart from Indeed and traditional job sites, would be leagues. Leagues oftentimes post their opportunities and career opportunities on their own site. So look up just NBA jobs or NBA careers, and you will be taken to a website where they post all their jobs, whether that be with a team or the league office in Secaucus, New Jersey, or wherever if they have other offices elsewhere. And the same goes with the NFL and Major League Baseball. Another site, if you're looking to stay in college sports, and this is what I would recommend for kids in high school, or you're kind of trying to do an entry level because they're oftentimes a little bit less competitive than the league jobs, the professional jobs, such as the NFL, the NBA, or Major League Baseball, would be the NCAA job board. You're gonna be able to find jobs there from all types of schools all over the country, any profession. It's gonna be a little less competitive because there's gonna be more people applying for an NFL internship than there will be for an internship with like Oklahoma State. And now that's nothing to bash against Oklahoma State. That would be an incredible job. But it's just generally like people all around the world want to work for the NBA. So if you're looking to get into the industry, I recommend the NCAA job board. It really gets you that kind of experience. And it allows you to find a job really anywhere you want. There's a lot more options than there would be, say, if you're applying for a league or professional, just because there's so many schools out there that need people to work for them. Now, there are many other sites to find jobs at in the sports industry. Oftentimes they're behind a paywall. I don't recommend doing this. I mean, I'm sure there are good options here. I've never really tried it, so I'm gonna kind of not comment on it. But some of those would be workinsports.com or jobsinsports.com. Oftentimes you have to pay like a monthly fee, like $5 or something. It's not much, but I never use those. And oftentimes those jobs are posted on bigger sites such as Indeed or LinkedIn too anyway. So what's the point? But if you have any questions or comments, let me know below. Like and subscribe, as I said earlier, and I will see y'all in the next video.